I think picking up on a point that you made, and one of the, I say a very strong point of the University of Hull is, like you say, the client interviewing, the mooting, the extracurricular activities that are put on.
I think in a way, those sort of opportunities are sort of really diffuse across the curriculum, because we've obviously got those, that, if you like, the focal opportunities, as you've mentioned, like the clinic module, which is very popular. I know many students want to take that in the final year. Opportunities to, apply for vacation placements, many of which are, promoted across the school, and there are colleagues who, because of their own backgrounds, can offer guidance and support in applying for those. But I actually think that those sorts of skills, we've been talking about, particularly those that aren't just about, learning legal knowledge, but actually being able to apply it and being able to engage in effective communication, we try and inculcate from day one. So, even just in a seminar or tutorial environment, which, in my view, actually the best type should be like a natural unfolding conversation like this, where we can listen and be heard, where we can offer viewpoints. So all of that is developing the skills that, years down the line, you then might be applying in the context of a discussion or an interview with a client, or an interview with a prospective employer. So actually, the sort of those skills, or the opportunities, I would say, we can see right across the curriculum. Student Law Society and the opportunities that offers for like mooting and client interviewing and so forth. The opportunities in some modules as well for presenting assessments as an oral argument or an oral presentation. Again, developing confidence there. Study groups or work in breakout groups as well, which can help to, not just expand your knowledge and your awareness of who's on your course, but can form those sort of supportive study groups, even nurture friendships, that sort of thing. I think that, yes, we've got the sort of the high profile, the top line opportunities that we can see on the website, but also just the everyday, that granular experience of being a student here, interacting with staff, interacting with other students, the type of learning that goes on. The way that the personal supervision system, which used to be called the academic support tuition system, we try and help you to help yourself and give you that support so you can become independent learners. I think all of those skills taken together, which might be thought of, like the harder legal skills, but also the softer interpersonal skills, I think they form that kind of holistic, bundle of skills that you can then bring to bear in, your future career, whether it's in the legal profession or whether it's outside of the legal profession.
I think picking up on a point that you made, and one of the, I say a very strong point of the University of Hull is, like you say, the client interviewing, the mooting, the extracurricular activities that are put on. Because I think in any legal practice role, especially from an employment perspective, you've got to remember that it's adversarial in nature. The legal system in this country pitches one side against the other. It is competitive by nature. And I think the availability of all of these different competitions that are mooting, which is a mock court scene, you're arguing against another side, client interviewing, you're hands-on with somebody, negotiations, again, debating, all of that is very, 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 very important from an employment perspective, because employers are looking for somebody who is going to stand up against that adversarial nature of another side, because you will get opponents that are tricky and are good, and you really have to stand your ground against them. It happens in every case. And I think especially here at this university, you are prepared very well for that, because there's just such a wide range of extracurricular activities that you can get involved with.
Yeah. The university has like so many links with local law firms. Use them, utilize them, and I think that's something we forget. All those competitions, they're sponsored by law firms, and like I said, the negotiations competition that I participated in and then ran, that was, who knew then in my second year that that's my future employer. That's where I'll end up getting my training contract. That's where I'll be. So it has all these links, and you can also win work experience when you win the client interview. And I know I won work experience. So and even work experience is competitive. You have to kind of fight with all these other students to win that place, take part. And it's also all about kind of making links. The university has these links, and through kind of competitions, you meet people, you meet kind of the HR who you will kind of have to go through if you're going to make an application to them. It's about having conversations with the local people. It's a community, and the same way the university's a community, the legal sector is a community in Hull as well. And the fact that the two have intertwined together, it's your perfect opportunity to sell yourself, to get yourself out there, make these connections, because then when your application goes to that law firm, the other person will be like, oh yeah, I remember them. I saw them at the university when I went and did whatever it was. So it's making yourself stand out. So yeah, you need to take those opportunities.